All right, and we are back here on the GSMC Baseball Podcast. And for the second part of the show, we are now going to talk about Bobby Witt Jr. and Jose Altuve signing contract extensions. So with Bobby Witt Jr., he signed an 11-year, $288 million contract, $288.7 million contract extension. Last year, I mean, first season with the Royals in 2022, 20 home runs, 80 RBIs, 254 batting average, 294 on base percentage, 428 slugging, 722 OPS. All of those numbers improved last year. 30 home runs, 96 RBIs, 276 batting average, 319 on base percentage, 495 slugging, and an 813 OPS. And listen, I'm not a big fan of big contracts, but this is a contract that I can get behind because he's 23. The Royals, again, I've talked about this numerous times on the show, how far they've kind of fallen since the World Series championship back in 2015, which is, the fact that it's pretty much almost 9 years ago that happened is just unbelievable. Again, that's just how fast time flies. They've lost a lot of guys over the years, and this is the guy that they're looking to make as the face of the franchise. And they've made some moves in the offseason. They've added pitching. So, I don't really know, how competitive they're going to be this year. But, he's going to be, again, he's going to be looked at as the face of the franchise, and they're going to try, at least, you would think, from giving him this big contract, they're going to try to build around him and get the Royals back to being, maybe a playoff contender at some point. Because, actually, let's look at the Royals depth chart currently. Because, again, like I said, they've made some moves in the offseason. They signed some pitchers. So, right now, they still got Salvador Perez from that World Series team. I think he's like the only remaining player from that World Series team. We'll see. This is just the lineup. So let's see. So they added. I know they added. So yeah, Nick Anderson, Seth Lugo. I know they added Will. I believe they added Will Smith, if I'm not mistaken. They added Michael Wacha. Yeah, they added Will Smith. We'll see. We'll see what happens. They actually recently signed, and I'll talk about this in the next segment. They signed Adam Frazier, an infielder. So, they also have, they actually have Hunter Renfroe. They brought in Hunter Renfroe, I guess, who has some power. 20 home runs last season. Yeah, I don't really know. And you look at the AL Central, it is a weak division. The last couple of years the Guardians and the Twins have won it, but it just it's not a juggernaut of a division. So who knows? Maybe they surprise some people. I think they'll win. They're not going to lose over 100 games. That's what I was trying to say. Because last year, yeah, that was rough. So we'll see. But again, this is a contract that I could get behind just because, again, the age. I feel like you give listen, Aaron Judge got his big contract, and towards the end of that might hurt because, he's going to be, he's not going to be the same player he is right now. And the Yankees will deal with that when the time comes. But, here with Bobby Witt Jr. being 23, 11-year contract, I can get behind that deal. So now we get to Jose Altuve. So he signed a 5-year, 5-year, $125 million contract extension. So that's, basically going to take him to the end of his career. And he said that, Houston is his home. He doesn't see himself playing anywhere else. And, yeah, so he is going to torment the Yankees. He's going to continue to torment the Yankees and other teams as well. Very good player. And, listen, we could always talk about, the cheating scandal, and that's always going to be attached to all those players. But this guy is unbelievable. He is one of the best players in baseball. When he's healthy, he's one of the best postseason players. He's clutch. I mean, he's a great player, and it was interesting because the Astros, you heard a lot of rumors that they were going to start they might, or not start, but they might trade people. I mean, Framber Valdez is a name that came up in trade talks. Alex Bregman as well. Maybe the Astros are looking to extend him. And some of their core guys have left in free agency. George Springer leaving, Carlos Correa leaving. And you're thinking, well, is it going to be, are Bregman and Altuve going to be next? I mean, Bregman could still leave. But at least with Altuve, he's going to be here for the long haul. And, this team is going to be really good this year, you would imagine. I know they, lost some of their relief pitchers in the offseason, but they did bring in Josh Hader, who is, arguably the best closer in the game, or one of the best closers in the game. This team is still going to be very good. I mean, I'm not going to count the Astros out. I don't think you should until you actually beat them. And the Texas Rangers, they had to, it took 7 games to knock them out. And I really thought after the Astros had that comeback win, what was it, in Game 5? I thought when Altuve hit that home run in the 9th inning, I thought it was over. I thought the Astros were getting back to the World Series again. But that didn't happen. Because I think every road team won games in that series, if I'm not mistaken. I gotta pull it up. But yeah, I mean, that was a great series, and credit to the Rangers, man, because look, as a Yankee fan, it's been rough trying to beat this team in the postseason. The wounds still haven't healed from all those playoff losses. But yeah, I think so I think the road team won all of the games for that playoff series, which happened also in the World Series with the Nationals. That was the same thing. But yeah, I mean, listen, the Astros had to keep him. I mean, that's your franchise guy, and he's 33 now, so he's getting a little bit older, but he's still, and injuries have kind of slowed him down a little bit the last couple of years, because I know he missed part of last year, because it was because he got hurt in the baseball classic. I think that was part of the reason why. But yeah, I mean, not that like it slowed him down, like it seems like he's declining, but it's not playing in every game last year. But I mean, I don't really know what else to say when it comes to Altuve. I mean, he's just, like I said, he's a tremendous player. I mean, even with, like I said, the cheating scandal, it doesn't matter. The guy is still really good. I mean, that Astros team didn't need to do that, but they decided that they were going to go along with that. But yeah, looking at Altuve's stats from last year, so yeah, he actually only played in 90 games, 17 home runs, 51 RBIs, 311 batting average. I mean, the OPS, 915. In 2022, he had what was his OPS? 921. The year before that was 839. 28 home runs in 2022, 31 home runs in 2021. I mean, the guy's just been consistent. If there's one word to describe him, is consistency. And he's always looking to jump on the first pitch. I mean, how many, the leadoff home runs that he's had. And we'll see. Again, we'll see how the Astros are this year. Obviously, they are in a competitive division. You got the Rangers, who just won the World Series. The Mariners are looking to bounce back. It's gonna be it's gonna be a dogfight, and you saw that at the end of the season. I mean, it just the slim margin that separated the three teams. For the Mariners, they were the odd team out of it. And obviously, again, injuries can happen. But that's gonna be a competitive division, and we'll see who comes out on top. But yeah, I mean that's pretty much it when talking about these two guys. Obviously, the Royals and the Astros are, in two separate areas right now. The Royals are still trying to rebuild. The Astros trying to get back to another World Series. But let me know what you guys think about the contract extensions for both players. Before we go into our second break of the show, just want to remind you guys once again to tip or donate and get your comments recognized. Make sure to go to the following link. That is streamelements.com/gsmcsportsnetwork./tip. Again, that really helps the show, makes the show more interactive between myself, the host, and you guys, the viewers. Again, that is streamelements.com/gsmcsportsnetwork./tip. And as always, it is displayed on the ticker on the bottom of the show segment down below. So when we come back from our second break of the show, I will talk about the latest signings and trades that we didn't go over yet. And that is what we will do when we come back from our second break. So stick around, and we'll be right back here on the GSMC Baseball Podcast.